the perfect place. Keto with Sammy. Keto with Sammy.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Keto with Sammy. For today's video, we have a highly requested video. Last week, my mom made me a keto tres leche cake for my birthday, and all of y'all were requesting this recipe, so you already know I gotta give it to y'all. Today, we're going to be making this keto tres leche cake. So let's get straight to the video. Our ingredients for our tres leche cake, you are going to want some almond flour for our flour replacement, as well as some coconut flour. For our 2 sugars, you could use any kind of sugar replacement that you want on keto. I'm just using this pure organic stevia blend. And then you are also going to want Swerve confectioner sugar replacement. This is the powder kind, not the granular. So you're going to want the granular and the powder. You're going to want some butter, and we do want it softened. You're going to want 8 large eggs, 1.5 tablespoons of baking powder, some vanilla, and our 2 wet ingredients we're going to be using is some unsweetened almond milk and some heavy whipping cream. Then for our toppings, we are just going to chop up some strawberries. You could use any berry that you want of the keto family, the blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, or blackberries. Alright guys, the first step we are going to do is make the sweetened condensed milk for the tres leche. We can't buy it in a can, so we have to make our own. First thing you want to do is take a pot and heat it through. I'm just going to turn on my stove thing and just let it heat through, and once it's heated through, we are going to melt down 3 tablespoons of butter. You're going to add in your 3 tablespoons of butter and make sure you melt it all the way down first before we add our other ingredients. And once this is melted down, we are going to add in 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. Okay, we have it melted down. I have 1 cup of heavy whipping cream right here going in. I'm going to measure out 1 more cup. Two cups of heavy whipping cream. Give it a good mix. Make sure all that butter gets nice and incorporated. And this sauce is going to take a little bit to thicken. We are going to keep stirring it, letting it thicken for about 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes. It just depends on your stove. 1 more ingredient that we are going to add. We are going to be adding our Swerve confectioner sugar. You're going to add in 1/3 cup. And this is going to give it that nice and sweet taste. Just like this. Now let this come to a simmer. Once it's at a simmer, guys, you're going to stay here, stir it every once in a while, every couple minutes, and let this thicken so we can get our nice sweetened condensed milk. Okay guys, once this is at a simmer, you're going to want to reduce your heat just so it could be at a low boil and you don't overflow it. Just make sure you stir it every once in a while so it does not burn and stick to the pan. You just want it on a low to medium heat simmering. Okay, once your sauce has thickened, it should look something like this. It's going to be a nice cream color. It's going to be nice and thick. This is exactly what you want. You're going to turn off your heat, and this did take about 30 minutes of constantly stirring and keeping an eye on it, so it will take a bit. Just turn off your heat. We're going to set this aside to let it cool down. While this is cooling, we're gonna start making our cake. Alright guys, now moving on to our cake, you're going to want a large mixing bowl, and to your bowl you're going to add 3/4 cup of softened butter. You do want to make sure it's softened because if you mix it, it's going to be clumpy and you want it nice and smooth. So this is 12 tablespoons going into our mixing bowl. Then to your butter, you're going to add 1 cup of your granular sugar replacement. Add that to your butter. You're going to get your hand mixer and you are going to beat it until it's nice and smooth.
Yeah.
Okay, once your butter and sugar is nice and creamy just like this, we are going to take our 8 large eggs, and you have to crack in 1 egg at a time, beat it, and then continue until you're done. So make sure you do 1 at a time. Crack it in there, mix it. And just repeat until you have cracked in all 8 large eggs. Okay, once all 8 eggs are beaten into your mix, you're just going to add in half a cup of your unsweetened almond milk. Add that in there. And you're also going to add in 1 tablespoon of our vanilla. And you're going to mix this in as well. And so far it should look something like this. And now we're going to start adding in our flours. Now to our mixture, we are going to take our almond flour and you are going to add in 3 cups. Just add that straight into your mixture. It's 2 cups and 3 cups. Now you're going to add in your baking powder. This is 1.5 tablespoons. Then our last flour, we are going to add in half a cup of our coconut flour. And you just want to take your hand mixture again and make sure you beat everything until nice and smooth. Okay, once it looks like your cake batter like this, you got all your flour incorporated, everything is mixed in, we are going to set this aside and take out our baking dish to pour this in. Okay, so I have a 9x13 baking pan right here. I did spray it down with some avocado oil so it doesn't stick while we bake it. And you're just going to simply put your cake mix at the bottom and spread it out evenly. Came out really good. This is going to be a nice and fluffy cake. We got to get all that batter. Can't let none go to waste. This cake is delicious. My mom made this for me the other day and I really enjoyed it for my birthday. And I really wanted to make it for y'all to enjoy. You're just going to spread it out evenly. Make sure there's no lumps and no empty spaces. And once we have it nice and spread out evenly just like this, we are going to pop this in our oven to bake. Okay, so we have our oven preheated to 350 degrees. And we're going to pop our cake right in the oven on the top shelf. And you are going to bake this for about 18 to 22 minutes. You just want to make sure it's cooked through and nice and browned. Alright guys, so after it's done baking, mine actually took about 25 minutes. It just depends on your oven. You just want it light brown on top and cooked through. You're going to take it out and it should look something like this. And you're just going to set it aside, and while this cools off a bit, we're going to start finish making the leche for the cake. So now we're going to take that sweetened condensed milk that we made earlier and we're going to add half a cup of heavy whipping cream into it. And this is going to be our 3 milks. We're going to add in half a cup of unsweetened almond milk as well. And then just give it a good mix. Once you have it well mixed together, you're going to bring back over your cake and we're going to poke holes in it and we're going to pour over the leche over the cake. And it should look something just like this. Nice and creamy, and it's so sweet and it's delicious and very easy to make. Okay, so now with your cake, you're going to get a fork and we are going to poke holes in it. I'm just using the end of it. You want to make sure you poke enough holes on the edges and the middles, just so our leche could seep through the cake and it's not just sitting on top. Just poke holes all around. Just like this. Now we're going to take our mix and pour it right over the cake. Make sure you get all the edges. Get everything nice and creamy. You don't want any dry spots. So I like to go around the edges first and then I'll go in the middle. And it's going to seep through as we put it in the fridge as well. Okay, just like this. Now we're going to put the whole cake pan into your fridge and you're going to let it cool at least 1 hour. While your cake is almost done cooling down in the fridge, we're gonna start making the whipped cream for the top. So you're going to want a large bowl, and for our cream base, we are using heavy whipping cream. You're going to wanna go in with 1.5 cups. This is 1 cup. Then I'm also going to add in 1/2 cup. Then to this, we are going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Add that to your heavy whipping cream. And then for our sugar replacement for this, you're also going to want to use the Swerve confectioner sugar as well. And we are going to add in 1 tablespoon. If you use the granular, it's going to be really grainy, so you want to use the powder. Then you're going to take a hand mixer and you are going to beat this for a little bit. You're going to want to beat it until you form stiff peaks and it's nice and whippy where you can just flop it on top. Okay, after about 10 minutes, it will take a little bit. You don't want to watery. This is how you want it to look. When you're able to move your whisk and the peaks stay stiff, that's exactly what you want. My dog is like dying over there. I don't know what she's doing. Bella! I think she drank too much water, guys. I don't know. She's over there having a heart attack. But once you have all your whipped cream stiff like this, now you want to pull out your tres leche cake from our fridge. It is nice and cooled down. And you are going to put the whipped cream right on top. You want it like this. Just like that. That's a perfect whipped cream. You're able to just scoop it out. And then you're just going to spread it out. And we are almost done with our tres leche cake. Oh, this looks so delicious. I guess I have to finish this by myself again. We're gonna spread it out all over the edges. Get it nice and covered. Okay, now all there's left to do is put our fruit. I personally love just strawberries, but you could also put blueberries, red berries, and blackberries. Any berry family you can do. I'm just going to chop up my strawberries. It depends how big your strawberries are. I have 7 large strawberries here. And I'm just going to put them in my chopper. I like to just chop them in squares. But you could also slice them. I like to just do little dices. And then I spread them on top. Just like this. And then just repeat until you're done. And we're going to put them on top of our tres leche cake. Okay, once we have all that done, we are going to put this right on top. Just sprinkle them on here. This cake is so good. I'm going to tear it up again. Okay, we got all our strawberries going on. Now, your tres leche cake is ready. Look at that. So easy to make, so delicious. Your whole family would definitely enjoy this. Now, just a little tip. I did leave it in the fridge a little bit past an hour. It's very delicious just like this, but I highly recommend to leave it in overnight. Just the flavors just soak through so much more and it's just way better the next day. So if you definitely have time to put it in overnight, do that. I highly recommend doing it. But I hope y'all enjoy this easy keto tres leche recipe. Question of the day, what cake would you like to see with my keto spin on it? Comment down below. Do it. Alright guys, so that was today's video of our keto tres leche cake. I hope y'all enjoyed this awesome recipe. And if you do guys, comment down below how y'all enjoyed it. Post some pictures on my Facebook. I would love to see y'all recreate my recipes. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button guys. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and I will see y'all in my next video.